What's up, my controversial little currents? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Daily Grind, we're gonna have some fun chatting about our Warframe unpopular opinions. Now, I also did a very similar video to this over on my lifestyle channel, which I will leave linked up in the top corner, as well as down in the description box below, just in case you are in the mood to get very, very mad at me. Regardless, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off with something that is not an unpopular opinion, and I stress not, and I underline and bold that not an unpopular opinion, which of course is removing forced vacuum from Titania's Razor Wing. Yes, we are beating that dead horse again today. Now, as far as I see it, my viewers are very intelligent, very empathetic, very enlightened, and they understand that this subject is all about player choice. Now, if a player wants to have vacuum on Titania's Razor Wing, they should have that choice. But for the many of us, and I stress many, and I underline and bold that many of us who do not want to be forced into using vacuum on Razor Wing, we should also have the choice to opt out of that feature, because at the end of the day, not supporting the removal of forced vacuum on Razor Wing is not supporting player choice. And of course, we all want to support all the players here. Unless you're a burden to us in arbitrations, then that's a completely different issue. And if you're going to be one of those disagreeable people in the comments, I will go ahead and find you on social media, and I'ma wait for the day that something happens to you in a video game and you speak it out into the world, and I'm going to be like, you know what you get? You get what you deserve! Regardless, let's go ahead and move into the first of my unpopular opinions. And this is actually, looking at this list, it's all about things I like in Warframe, which I think might shock some people. So this one is, I didn't hate peculiar mods as much as other people did, and I know I'm not a memer, I don't really like all of the weird meme things, but this is kind of like a little bit of a fun way to introduce it into the game, and I kind of feel bad because of the fact that there is some fun potential to be had with it, especially when we see things like aura mods. Not aura mods, aura forma that's out there that kind of like alters forma. If peculiar mods could kind of like, you know, meld into whatever polarity you had in your slot, or maybe just have it not cost any kind of cost at all, so you can just slot it seamlessly into any build in case you wanted to have fun with that Exila slot. I think that's totally something that could be a thing, especially with Halloween. I mean, wouldn't it be dope if every enemy you killed turned into a pumpkin or just exploded into a whole bunch of candy? Now, for me, I get it. It's not useful, but occasionally it's nice to have a little bit of fun. Just let's not go too heavy into it, but let's not completely ignore it all the way. So that's definitely something that I was really sad about, because we only have two, and we've had them for quite some time now. So a part of me is like, wow, just like many of the other things you've abandoned in game, like your veterans. Now, number two. This is one that I just don't understand. I get it, maybe he looks a little funky. I know that the base skin looks odd, but of course we do have a new skin for Baroque now, which makes him look very, very good. However, y'all know I ain't buying shit until DE gets their shit together. I don't know why people hate Baroque. I stumbled over that because I was scared to say his name out loud because it would invoke some very angry people. So I'm still doing it as we speak. But legitimately, everybody complains about like, oh, how hard it is to keep his meter up for his ultimate. Well, you don't always need to have his ultimate up. And that's why you can put on like other weapons and shit, right? And also, if you use his Desolate Hands ability, it's pretty easy to like have that build up your meter. And I mean, it's a great defense. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people who want to hate on my little lampshade-headed baby, right? I think he's great. I think he's fantastic in a lot of different game modes, in defense, interception. He's just a really, really good fit. So I don't know. Personally, I don't get why everybody hates Baroque. I personally really, really like him. Moving on. If I was gonna stumble over my words in the I don't get why people hate Baroque segment, I'm gonna get shat on in this one. I don't get why people hate Defection. I saw that in the comment section recently and I was like, ooh, are they gonna come for him? Are they gonna like light their pitchforks and torches? Well, I guess they would light their torches, not their pitchforks, but who knows? Maybe that's how angry they are. They're just gonna dip their pitchforks in kerosene and light those on fire as well and try to stab them with fire for saying that we like Defection. Defection I think is a really interesting and different game mode where it's kind of like, I don't know, it's one of those ones where you like bring enemies with you, or not enemies, allies with you to extraction, and it requires a different way of thought. And if you have a good group, it also requires you to have a specific type of rhythm. And I think that that kind of coordination works really, really well. And especially for experienced players, I know, it's not always a thing, but when you find these unicorns out in the wild of skilled players playing Defection, I know it's like two paths that never cross. But when you get in that rhythm and they start understanding, okay, this person is coming from this way, this person is coming from this way, I can go ahead and take them both from here and lead them in there. It's just this weird, like, silent, like, I get you, you get me, we just do the rhythm, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. So me personally, I really like Defection, plus it kind of like challenges you to think outside of the box when it comes to, you know, the typical standard let's bulldoze everything meta, right? So I like Defection. I know, don't hate me. Please, DE, put some interesting rewards in Defection and maybe I'll go revisit it. Now, number 4 on this list. I don't know if people will agree with me now or disagree with me now, but legitimately, no matter what they do to the baits in the open world, I still like mining way better. There is just something way more peaceful about mining where you can just kind of like go at your own pace and then you just see a little bar and you just hit the right bar and it's just good. It's just like a good little feeling, and then all of a sudden when you get all of the 5 little nodes, you're like jackpot, you're like yay. So it's this nice like light feeling instead of fishing where it's like you literally put out a lure, right? You put out the illuminating dye and you're like, where are these damn fish? And you're sitting there and you're like, my dye's about to run out. Like, I put out this lure for this really rare fish. Like, I only have so much time. Where's this damn fish? Am I going to get return on investment if this doesn't happen? I don't know what's happened. That's just wasted standing. So to me, it's like really stressful because I like feel like there are these timers that kind of go off with fishing. And I'm just like, I can't. It's fishing. I know people say it's like peaceful. It stresses me out. And then what's worse is when you get attacked and you've got the fishing spear in hand. I just like cross my fingers and I'm like, please, Kavat, kill it. Kill it, Kavat. I don't want to deal with them. Please, can you do it? And more often than not, he's like, I don't understand. I just want some fish. And I'm like, I want some fish too. So for me, when it kind of comes down to all of that hullabaloo, not into the fishing world. Hands down still on the mining camp all the way. All right, now last, but definitely not least, and I have to give a little bit of a spoiler alert for any of the players that are a little bit newer here. I don't understand how new players find my content. I really don't get it. Where'd you come from? But if you are a new player and you have not gotten super duper far into the game and you don't know what happens when you get to the top rank of Solaris United in Fortuna, if you're not there yet and haven't had that spoiled for you yet, please turn away now. Go, run like DE running from endgame questions. Go. But legitimately, for those of you guys who know what I'm talking about, I kind of like the head in the stomach thing. I know a lot of people are really freaked out about seeing that head in the stomach. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's cute. I think it's really weird and it's kind of disturbing. But I think, like, story-wise line, it's really fucking interesting. Like, for the most part, at least when I think about challenging combat, it's not usually against the Corpus. The Corpus don't seem like any kind of threat to me. The Grineer are the big looming threat with, you know, the Queens and soon enough Kuva Liches and all of that kind of stuff. Like, like the Corpus seemed like a fun little jokey, you know, group of people. We love money, we worship money, right? But yo, the Corpus are coming out decapitating people. They're like repossessing their body parts and they're putting their heads in their stomachs. So when we had that reveal, I was kind of like, yo, this is weird. And it's kind of like freaky, but at the same time, I kind of like it. It's a bit dark, but it does show us that there's actually a threat that is coming from the Corpus. That there are people, and that's the biggest thing, right? When we see the Grineer, we just fight the Grineer and then they go away and they die, right? But this is a group of people that are literally being affected by the Corpus. You know what I mean? We see the potential threats in like living boxes? I don't know what to call them, but legitimately we actually see how it affects people. Like, you know, there's no place in the game where we can regularly visit where there are people dying and being like, you know, dragged into Grineer camps and being mushed into like, I don't know, like paste to make Grineer clones. We don't see that, right? But here we actually see the effects of a faction like coming after innocent people. So for me, I like the head in the stomach thing. I think it's kind of kooky. I think it's kind of weird. I think it's like one of those things that DE did that I'm like, y'all is weird, but I can kind of get on board with this. I'm down. So those are my Warframe unpopular opinions. Feel free to go ahead and leave yours down in the comments below. Let's keep it light. Like, we've been heavy, and in all honesty, I was not really planning on recording a video today, but I saw this because I have like a bank of videos that I want to do, and I kind of prep things ahead of time, and I was like, I want to talk about this today. This is going to be a little fun. So let's keep it fun. But don't worry. If I got something to bitch about, I will bitch about it again. Regardless, that's going to do it for me for now. Leave all of your feelings down in the comments below. Don't forget to visit my lifestyle channel to see my other unpopular opinions there. And then you can voice your disdain of me. But, as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!